Something to think about is expectations. It's reasonable if I have a relationship with somebody and we arrange to meet for dinner at 6 o'clock, that I would expect you to be there and you expect me to be there. That's reasonable. That's just common sense, good management, The problem comes if I, don't, if I keep turning up late. So then what happens typically would be you get upset with me, or you'd be kind of a bit passive aggressive maybe and start resenting. So that's when we've got to make decisions, something simple as that. You've got to either decide that, you have to give up on me. It's ridiculous. You're not going to have these broken appointments all the time. Or you decide that's just who Robina is, this ridiculous girl, and you're going to accept that she'll be late, So we have to decide. There's nothing wrong with having an expectation. So in a relationship, a close love relationship, nothing wrong with having expectations. Nothing wrong. But they have to be, and this is the key point, when it's attachment, it's unrealistic. It's insane, The expectation of attachment is I put all the responsibility onto you to make me happy. It's actually very scary, That's not realistic. That's completely foolish, because I'm guaranteed I will be disappointed every single time. But reasonable expectations, nothing wrong. We have to set them up reasonable. And the same as the always being late for the dinner appointment. If you don't always meet my reasonable expectations, I've got some decisions to make, haven't I? And I can blame you, but it's not going to help much if you're prepared to change and not do that and put the toilet seat down and do the dishes. Then fine. But what if you don't? Then the decision is mine to live with that. So it's always coming back to being clear what you want yourself, be reasonable, and then dealing with what comes from the other person. It's a tricky one, but it all starts with knowing your own mind, becoming familiar with yourself, and developing some confidence in yourself. So in other words, distinguishing between reasonable expectations and neurotic attachment ones. They're massively different, and it just takes time.